So this is how you hack your subconscious to make money. And I gotta say, I think I heard it somewhere, some wise dude say, if you don't control your subconscious is going to control you. So you might as well hack the system, right? And this is how I did it, which took me from sleeping on my friend's couch for 6 months in Calgary in negative 35 degrees Celsius to making $50 million in 1 year. You could see that $50 million trophy over there. And it really was a process of 5 steps for me. Okay, so step number 1 was awareness. First and foremost, you gotta understand that your subconscious is not serving you. If you have been broke for a while, if you've been struggling for a while, obviously your brain that is programmed the way it is right now, it's not serving you. And you keep on going back to this position because of the brain that you've got. So what you have to do, you have to change your wiring, and you need to have that awareness in place. So for me, what happened? My whole family was struggling. I was the eldest out of my whole family, right? First generation immigrant. And I went to one of the best universities, graduated, got high marks, even got a 6-figure job. But then after a few months, the economy collapsed. I got laid off. And while I was laid off, my family was having a tough time paying their bills. And even when I did have a job, I could barely make enough because after taxes, I was making $6K. And that's not enough to feed a family of 8 folks, right? The first generation immigrant has its benefits, right? So the benefit was I realized I needed to step it up. So I went to Calgary, and in Calgary started looking for other jobs. But while I was looking for other jobs, I was also looking to start a business. And I really hit rock bottom when there was a time I had $60, $70 in my bank account, maybe $80 in my bank account. And it was negative 35 degrees outside. It was cold, and I was waiting for the bus. And while I was waiting for the bus, my toes were freezing, and I thought I was gonna lose my toe. And I decided, you know what? I'm not going to lose my freaking toe over this. I walked into the bay and I bought $50 boots, which wiped out whatever was left in my bank account. That was where I was at my basically rock bottom. And I realized, you know what? This is rock bottom for me, and I need to do something. I need to change my wiring in order to change my life. So what did I start doing? I started visual tape recording. I knew I needed to change my wiring. I needed to change the tape that was being played in my head over and over again. And what I did, I wrote out exactly how I want my life to look like. I'm doing this when I'm sleeping on my friend's couch for 6 months, and I'm writing something so drastically different from my reality. I'm writing, I live in a penthouse apartment in a beautiful place right in front of, like, in Cole Harbor, right in front of the water in Vancouver, BC, and I'm able to help out my mom. I am able to buy my parents a car. I'm able to help out my brothers and get him in the business as well. And my business is doing this much money every single month. I write these things down, which were so outside of my existing reality, but I did it. I created my own tape recording, and I started listening to it every single day. I would read it, not listening, I would read it when I would wake up in the morning, my exact vision for the future. I would think about it when I'm eating my food, when I'm drinking my water. I'm doing it before I'm going to sleep. And before going to sleep, I'm even thinking about what are the 3 things I can do tomorrow to get me closer to that vision, closer to that goal, which meant landing deals, which meant for my business that I had just started, what are 3 things I can do to get closer to get my clients. So this is what needs to be done. You need to reprogram your subconscious in order to change your reality. In fact, I also had an advanced skill. This is the 3rd lesson. Advanced skill of visualization that I implemented was talking to my future self, my doppelganger. But I literally had a future version of myself, future Abdul Faruqi, Abdul 2.0 talk to me. Man, I'm just thinking about this now. I haven't done this in a while now. Maybe I need to start doing this again. But I'm talking to my future self, and I'm asking him for advice. Whenever I would have a downtime, whenever I would have time where I'm not feeling great, when I feel like, man, man, it's so hard to make more money, or I can't help out my family enough. I have no experience. Whenever I would feel this way, I would just close my eyes and I would speak to my future self. I would see where he was living. I would see he would have a wide smile on his face. I would see that he was much more confident version of me, much more successful version of me, and much more certain version of me. And doing this over and over again, it served two purposes. I reminded myself of the vision. I reminded myself of who I need to be in order to get those results. And that was very supportive. No one can talk to you the way you can talk to yourself. When you have a future, better version of yourself talking to you, everything just seems a lot crisper, a lot clearer. Now, lesson number 4, day-to-day actions. If you talk to your doppelganger, if you've got your vision, it's kind of fun to do it for the first week. And then afterwards, it's pretty routine. Do not let go of that routine. All right, you have to keep on doing it. Do it for 1 or 2 years straight. Try to do it every day. Okay, I'll be honest, I didn't do it every day. I did it every other day or so, and it made a big impact in my life. I had a crystal clear vision of what my future needs to look like, what my thoughts need to be like, and whenever I got thoughts that didn't serve that vision, I was able to block it off. Is your future version gonna have these demoralizing type of thoughts? Absolutely not. Is your future version going to be a lot more confident? It's going to have more empowering thoughts? Absolutely. So it acts as a filter in your life. It's sort of like, when you're thinking about buying a car, let's say if you're thinking about buying a red Tesla, guess what's going to happen? All right, you can test this in your life. Start thinking about red Teslas, and what's going to happen is you're going to start seeing more red Teslas in your life, okay? Because your brain is just going to attract that thing, right? And this happens with anything, whether it's even at the grocery store and you're thinking about, hey, you know what? I need to buy some egg whites and I need to be healthier. I want to buy more egg whites. You're going to see more egg whites. So you can do the same thing with the things that you want in your life. Lesson 5, leveling up. Now, after doing this for months and months and months, you're slowly going to realize you're changing. The people around you in your life are going to realize you're changing as well. Some of them are not going to like it. What are you going to do? You have to realize you've leveled up. Maybe they haven't. And unless they're family and friends, I don't believe in cutting ties with family and friends. But I don't really believe in cutting ties with family for sure. Friends, if they're not serving you, if they're pulling you back down, if they're leveling you down, then they have to be cut off. You have to level up. All right, level up, and you'll find a new level will attract a different type of individuals. Today, if I check my phone, 80% are millionaires. The other 20% would be, my aunts, uncles, family members, people that I'm giving charity to as well, all that stuff. The 80% I'm speaking to, they're all multimillionaires. They're all entrepreneurs. It's really because those are the people I resonate with the most. If you find me in the street, you'll find that I'm a nice guy no matter who you are, but I'm just resonating at a different level. So that's what you're going to be finding. And you have to let go of some of those people in your life, and you even have to let go of your old self. You almost have to let it die off, right? And you will find when you're the new you are going to be that doppelganger that you were talking to. You are going to be that guy. For me, all of that came true. I ended up having a penthouse apartment in Vancouver, Cole Harbor, and right in front of the water. I was able to get my parents a car. I've been traveling the world for 3 to 4 months straight for every year, the last 5 or 6 years. It's an amazing life that I've built because of that rewiring, because of that brainwashing, and because of letting the weaker you, the 1.0 version, die off.